I wonder if these cows know that they are on the center of the world. Hey y'all, I'm Carolina Tony. On this foggy morning, I bring you to an area near Hartwell, Georgia. This is Ayi-le-a-Lohi, which is Cherokee for center of the world. Over the next few days, we are going to be trampling all across this end of Georgia, stopping at many roadside attractions that I have found in Roadside America, and you get to come with me. And we will hit the road right after this station identification. This monument was put here by the Daughters of the American Revolution in 1923. This is called the Cherokee Assembly Ground. In Cherokee, that translates to Ayi-le-a-Lohi, center of the world. And there is a U.S. roadside sign. This is the first stop, one of many. So let's crawl back in the truck and hit the highway. Now look up here, deer. My travels, I'm passing through a little small town called Royalston, Georgia. And I happened to catch this out the corner of my eye in the Joe Adams Professional Building, a Ty Cobb Museum. And Ty Cobb is a Hall of Fame baseball player. And because of my travel time restraints, I am not going to be able to hang around. They're closed right now. A few miles outside of Royalston, Georgia, on a lonely country road. And this took some really investigative work to find. I found the Bierman Family Cemetery. As you can see, it's right back there. I am looking for the grave of Old Fly, the beloved mule. I think I see it back in those limbs. And here lies the remains of Old Fly. He was Mrs. S.C. Bierman's buggy mule. Hence this monument. Fold, April the 12th, 1868. Died April the 17th, 1908. Miss Bierman loved her trusty buggy mule so much that even after death, surviving family members kept Old Fly as a pet and gave her a grave marker at the family cemetery. The Roadside America website is pretty interesting. You can get a map of each state, and there are little red dots all over that will take you to the various sites. At one time, there was a Roadside America museum. I think it was in Pennsylvania, Ohio, Illinois, I'm not sure, but it is permanently closed now. There's also a Roadside America app, but it's only for iPhones and iPads, and I use Android. So it doesn't help me a whole lot, but I can go on my tablet and check them out. This is the little small town of Danielsville, about 10 miles from Athens. We are headed to Athens right now. Oh, cool. I'm glad I cut my camera on. Coca-Cola. We are just now getting into Athens, Georgia. This looks like a good-sized city. We have a few things we are going to look pretty deep for. Roadside America says that Weaver D's Tiny Roadside Cafe was made famous when the band REM named their 1992 album Automatic for the People, derived from the motto on the sign that hangs in front of Weaver D's. Well, check that out. There is the Georgia Bulldog Stadium. This is the Duluth, Georgia two-cell jail built in 1909 called Calaboose. And of course it's closed, big iron door, but we can look in the windows and see. I'll be honest with you, some of these roadside attractions that I spend an hour or two getting to is just not worth the drive. But if you happen to be in the town, it's definitely worth coming by to see. I'm at a nature reserve or park in Jones Creek, Georgia, and you see a little statue in front of that teepee. This is a hiking trail, but it's got a lot. It has a lot of little places for kids to get off and go wild. But I didn't come for a hiking trail, nor for the little places for kids to go wild. This is what I came for. This is listed on Roadside America. These little monkey statues. They're all throughout the woods, as well as in that teepee. These small monkey statues, and there are 12 of them in all. They are at the Audrey Mill Nature Preserve and Heritage Center here in Jones Creek. They stand as a memorial to the 12 circus monkeys that, so the legend goes, was killed a long time ago, but the spirits still inhabit the woods. Sometime around the early 1900s, this was known as the Jones Creek Monkey Massacre. Here's some more. This one's coming up out of the ground. This monkey arising from the depths of a grave. The legend of the Jones Creek Monkey Massacre. Believe it or not. We are in Decatur, Georgia. This is known as Druid Hill. It has all kinds of strange metal artwork in the front yard. And they say it's been under construction since 1984. I'm gonna see if I can get across this busy road without getting run over. That's kind of interesting. It looks like it has some machine guns coming out of the side. This is known as Druid Hill in Decatur, Georgia. There is a roadside sign. I'm gonna read it to you because I think it has some really valuable information on it. And yes, there is a roadside sign. It's called Socket Unity Manufacturing, July the 4th, 1996. Here, a bearing of the burden and a consecration of commuters preceded the application of a sky saw to create a socket opening. Souls were then harvested from chaos with a control tower, and a sky stitcher sealed detrimental openings. Established in 1989 by mass minister and venture spiritualist John Clark Ashton Cornelius Farmer, the commuter gallery at Druid Hill served as a conduit between the known and the unknown through the latter years of the second millennium AD and to the 21st century. On the eastern edge of Atlanta near Decatur at the homestead of John Clark Ashton Cornelius Farmer, empty shells of men were scattered on the southern slope, outflanked as corporate troops advanced from all directions. Hell-bent on the accumulation of corpus wealth, the raiders employed scorched earth economics tactics, assisted by computer algorithms and corrupt political system, as souls were stripped from the flesh of hard-working citizens by remote rendering yet another form of servitude, insidiously disguised as freedom. Honor, courage, and shame were now only quaint afterthoughts, as hearts and minds succumb to the false promise of the American dream, only to submit to reality of a rigid financial system. Meager positions were held by rebel fighters, and the last stand for dignity as compliant digidrones surrendered persons, papers, and effects in the hands of the new order. Now that's a mouthful of words. Now, I think this was worth the trip. Very interesting. Here is a tip for anyone that is interested in coming to Druid Hill. There's nowhere to park. I had to park a quarter-mile away, and I did not want to spend too long because I did not want to get my truck towed. All right, I have made my way to the Georgia Bureau of Investigations, and their museum is currently closed, but I pulled some strings and I was able to get in to see one thing. That one thing that I have drove this whole trip to see. We're gonna go inside and take a look. This is awesome. A little green man from Mars. The next day, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation got involved. After the top men at the crime lab got involved, they found out that the little green man was not a man at all, but a monkey that had been shaved and dyed green. Later, one of the boys confessed that he did it just to win a $10 bet to see if he could get his picture in the newspaper. And now the little green man, or monkey, has the honor of having his own display case at the Georgia Bureau of Investigation Crime Museum. Believe it or not. This next place that we're going to is in Decatur, Georgia. It's on the outskirts, but to me, it's all Atlanta, and the traffic is unreal. When they built this Walmart, they found out in the corner of the lot there was a 200-year-old graveyard. This was the Crowley family cemetery. It stood on this hill on this property when the Avondale Mall was first built in 1963. One of the conditions of them allowing Walmart to be built on this property is they had to leave the cemetery alone. This cemetery holds 9 tombs and 2 headstones. The Crowley descendants may add to the population eventually. This place is called Home to the Unknown Shoppers. And this is where you would go into the tomb. And we are not going in, but we'll look. And it has steps leading up. There is a ladder that's up the side of this thing, and apparently some homeless people live here, but hey, I can't resist. I've got to see if I can look over in it. So this tomb is 12 foot high above the parking lot, and there's an open tomb. I thought this was actually like a fort and they were buried down in it, but no, they're buried on the top. That is way past creepy, isn't it? It has been a long day, but I have seen a lot of stuff. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this just a little bit, you're really going to enjoy what I have planned for tomorrow. It's getting kind of late. I'm going to try to find me a motel for tonight around Kennesaw Mountain and get up early in the morning and take out looking for some new adventure. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give me a big old thumbs up. Be sure to share this video with your family and friends. But until next time, y'all have a good day.